What's going on, everyone? Stuff just got crazy. Yeah, that's right. You thought that bid for Warner Brothers was done? No, Paramount is coming back, but it's not good. Guys, there's a lot to talk about here, definitely from a gamer perspective and from a American perspective. Look, Paramount is launching a hostile takeover bid to buy Warner Brothers. They are going directly to shareholders with a bid valued at $108.4 billion. What in the hell, man? If you thought Microsoft's Activision deal was crazy, guys, this is the most insane bid ever. Oh my God. And you wonder why they want to get that? Trust me, guys, it's important. I'm telling you. It's so important now that politics are involved, which is funny. And there's a lot of things to talk about with that too. So yeah, guys, stay around. I'm definitely going to be giving some key points on this and what this has to do with gaming too, because obviously there's franchises they have that are going to be affecting gaming. And I'm just going to say it right off the bat. Batman is American. He's not, I don't want anybody that's not American getting the Batman IP. You see what I'm saying? And some of this stuff that's like, no, dude, this is American stuff. So what are we doing here? All right, let's get into this. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go over here to this document written by Lauren. She specifically states that Paramount's bid for Warner Brothers is backed in part by $24 billion from Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds. Yeah, that's kind of sketchy. $1 billion from China's Tencent, but we're going to talk about that because Tencent decided that they did not want to stick to what they wanted to do, and I'm going to show you what this guy down here says. In Jared Kushner's private equity firm. So we do know that some Jews are involved into this, like you know, we'll get to him in a second. So let's just read this first document real quick, and then we're going to do some other things. Then we're going to talk about why, as a gamer, you would want Netflix to win. Definitely when it comes to controlling gaming IPs, I'd rather Netflix have it than Paramount. I'm just saying, what do they have to do with gaming? At least Netflix has some type of idea, you know what I mean, to help something, and they do a good job with their first party, you know what I mean? So yeah, no. All right, let's go. The December 1st improved proposal stated that neither FCC or CFI US approvals were conditions to Paramount's merger agreement. Yeah, we know about that. We even saw Trump get involved, talking about whoever has the bidding war and all that. I don't think you guys know what I'm talking about. If not, we'll get to that. Don't worry. Such proposal again reiterated the absence of any financing condition. It included signed debt commitment letters from the debt commitment parties and the amount of $50 billion. That's why I'm going to get this stuff out for you guys. I know you don't want to get into it. It also included the simplification documentation for Paramount's equity financing and provided an allocation for such equity financing sources, which included an $11.8 billion commitment from the Ellison family, that's a Jewish family, an aggregate $24 billion commitment from sovereign wealth, as we see over here from the Middle East. So it's almost like they're not bidding by themselves. There's like all this stuff coming in as backing partners, and that kind of makes it shady because they also want something too and want their hand in it for a specific reason. And I'm like, okay, no, I'd rather Netflix have it than. So that's why politics got involved. From 3 sovereign wealth funds from the Gulf. The sovereign wealth funds, and $1 billion commitment from Tencent, and commitments from Redbird Capital Partners and Infinity Partners. You see what I mean? It's like, whoa, what are you guys doing here? I thought they were having their own bidding war, but apparently they're all trying to stack up against Netflix, and now they're turning in even more money. So this just makes me think that this monopoly is not trustworthy. The December 1st improved proposal stated, all of our partners are prepared to execute subscription agreements containing equity commitments in the forms provided with our bid. Concurrently with the signing of definitive agreements for the merger, it also noted that Paramount had completed its due diligence and had no further diligence items to be satisfied. So the funny thing is down here, guys, in this document, it says Tencent will no longer be a financing partner in the transaction. I tell you what, Tencent has their limits to how much they're going to invest. And by them seeing certain things, they're like, yeah, we're good. You know what I mean? As we see the $108.4 billion right here, they don't want anything to do with this now, and I think they have their reasons. I can understand that. Now, going over, this is where we see that. So here's where it gets interesting. We got Joseph here saying, so if Paramount wins, Larry Ellison, and you guys know I just told you who that was, plus their Middle Eastern partners, and his son will control TikTok, Warner Bros. Studio, Paramount Pictures Studio, CBS, CNN, all of HBO and Paramount Plus streaming library. They would also control almost every major cable channel. They would have distribution that is possibly even greater than Disney. And that's more monopolies. No, thank you. And more jacking up prices. I'm good because they spent that much money. You kind of get what I'm saying? No, I would rather just pay Netflix their fee than them having all these monopolies all over the place. I mean, no, man. It's just no wonder Netflix doesn't want them to have Warner Bros. Guys, that's what I'm saying. They're going to control all the video game IPs included with that too. I do not want any more, anything else to do with any more stupid IPs when it comes to, DC Comics. You see what I mean? I think Netflix can do a really good job with it because they have shown that they could have really good quality when it comes to Netflix owning. They've shown that their in-house can be quality. Everybody loves Netflix originals. I don't know about Paramount. You know what I mean? Compared to Netflix originals? No thanks. They've even had indie games and they never went too far out of the gaming industry to go too insane, right? They always took better care of what they did. They may have not had the most insane stuff, but at least they know their place in that and they will probably work with somebody and get things done in a good way. So I do not want Paramount winning that. And like I said, I want Batman to stay in America, along with all the other comics, because that's where it belongs. So if we go down here, it says, in a whole ton of debt without a clear path to do any better than Warner Discovery. My point exactly. Netflix has shown that they're capable to start off where they were, get all the way up to 200 and something million subs and building and finally break out of that debt and make a ton of profit to be able to do something positive while having amazing content, being better than everybody else. I mean, you know what I mean? Their in-house is good. And they do a good job of working with people. So honestly, obviously everybody has their faults. You know what I mean? Some people can criticize certain type of content if you want to think in terms of politics or whatever. But hey, I'm saying when it comes to like, Game of Thrones. Actually, you know what, guys? Here, let me give you guys an example. Warner Bros. Owns a vast portfolio of intellectual properties across film, television, animation, comics, video games, and merchandise. The company, founded in 1923 by the Warner Brothers, is a major player in the entertainment industry and a member of America's Big Five film studios, which is where we live. Its core assets include the Warner Bros. Pictures Group, which encompasses New Line Cinema, Warner Bros. Animation Group, Castle Rock Entertainment, and DC. DC Comics and characters, all of them, guys. You can think of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Green Arrow, which are extensively used in cinematic productions, television series, and animated content. Batman can improve with Netflix, so can Superman, so can Wonder Woman, and so can The Flash. All that type of stuff that you've liked and all those series you've seen, yeah, you want them to get that because their quality has shown to improve. Looney Tunes, I mean, come on. Bugs Bunny, everything. I mean, they're just... I don't want Paramount getting that. Harry Potter, do you want them getting that? No. So that means everything involved with that. And that Harry Potter game was good. Other major franchises, The Matrix, come on. Fantastic Beasts, The Goonies, Willy Wonka, Vampire Diaries. You're not, no, man, they could do something with that. Give that to Netflix, please. Warner Bros. Owns Cartoon Network. I mean, come on, guys. Adult Swim back in the 90s and 2000s. Scooby-Doo. Video game franchises. Mortal Kombat. DC Comics. Harry Potter. Batman games. Anything you would think of, like, there's just so much to this. Now you know why this is significant. And if we go over to the list of things they own, I mean, let's go down here. Do you see this, guys? This is insane. Look at all this. This is their television groups. This is their streaming groups. We're not going to talk about certain things in the hotels at HBO. Cinemax, TNT, Warner Bros. Global Experience, Global Consumer Partners, Discovery Publications, Global Linear Networks, Cartoon Network, as I was just showing you guys. CNN, oh boy. Don't get me started on that. Okay. But I think you guys get the point here, right? They own a lot. Look at this. They want their hands on all of this. Look at it. I'm not going through all of this because it'll be boring, but I just want you guys to get an idea of how much Warner Bros. Has. You know what I mean? It's a lot, guys. So that gives you guys the idea right there. So do we want this happening? I'll get to that in a second because that's gonna be pretty crazy. Actually, no, I'm gonna do that separately. So do we want Paramount winning this? I'm going to tell you, no, I promise you. And I want to ask you guys a question. I want you guys to leave a comment. Do you feel more comfortable getting on Netflix relaxing or Paramount? You see what I mean? Like, just think about that natural feeling in the past 5, 6, 7 years of your life. And I want you to tell me what you've used more and what content you've enjoyed more. And when you think about that, you already have your answer. definitely when you think about all this manipulation coming over here, going all the way back, you know, to what do you guys want with this? What do you guys want with this? Why were you involved in the first place? Along with all these other people who wanted the equity involvement into this. From a business monopoly standpoint, do you want them getting their hands on those IPs? Do you want another good Batman game? And, you know, other video games that can come out of that I think with Netflix, we can actually get cool stuff like here comes a Flash game. You know what I mean? Here comes a Wonder Woman game. Here comes a better Batman game, and we're going to make sure this is done right with the right partners. Though we're not going to be the developers, but we're going to be the publishers because we own it, and we can trust certain people to team up and do the right thing with it from an American standpoint, because that's where Batman belongs and all these others. And Netflix is right in here as well. You know what I mean? It's just kind of just like keep things in their home base. So that's why I think this is important to talk about. Not only from a video game perspective, but from a cinema or subscription perspective, and from an identity perspective. I want Netflix to win this, but it just now got insane with that 108.4 billion stake. Oh my God. I don't know. Netflix has the money, but the negative about this is that if Netflix is going to win this, which I think they should, they are definitely going to jack up the price, and they're going to have to. And no matter how we think of this, Paramount will be insanely expensive because they're going to get that, and Netflix is going to be more expensive if they're going to get that. That is what sucks. So it's back to we're going to be paying more because everybody wants Warner Brothers and they want all their goodies. So I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. I wasn't going to make this no boring video. I wanted to make this exciting and fun. And I wanted to explain it to you in a way so that you can understand. We're not going to get too deep into this where it has to be so boring where we're having a 1-hour political video. No, I just highlighted the important aspects for you guys and let you know what type of IPs are waiting there, what type of series you probably cared about, even when it comes to cartoons and everything, and also video game IPs. And who knows what else could be in there from a video game perspective and what could come out of there if the right entities get their hands on it. Paramount getting their hands on it? No. What are you going to do with video games? I don't know. Like I said, I would trust Netflix partnering with other people. So yeah, there we have it, guys. All right. Peace out. Have a great day. Later.